The Buffalo Bills just got great news ahead of their Week 8 matchup against the Panthers. Today, we're going to break it all down. There's a couple things I want to talk about. Even if you see right here, we know McDermott, even just from the last handful of years, has been 8-0 coming out of the bye. Our team has seemingly got better coaching coming out of the bye, and we're more prepared for the beginning of the year. And of course, people right now, Kay Adams is saying a bunch of stuff. The Bills are cooked. The Bills are, not contenders anymore, just asking these questions. And, of course, we know that we only have, the teams that we've beaten only have 3 combined wins. This is worrisome. This is bad. But hey, there is good news. We've got to talk about it on this Monday, the beginning of the week. We've got to break it all down. And really the good news heading into the rest of the week, which I'll share with you in one moment. But before we do that, hey, my name is Colin. This is Crack the Table. We're all Bills, no breaks, every single day, breaking down Buffalo Bills content for you. It's been a joy. It's been a lot of fun today. I want to break down a piece of news coming out of the Panthers camp, and also just want to look at our division, what are going to be some highs and some lows of the game that we're playing on Sunday. But then also, I just want to give a little brief channel update of what's happening, what's going to be in the works. But in all of that, if you can do me a favor, smash that like button, but also subscribe to the channel. If you're looking for more Bills content every single day, drop down a Go Bills. It's game week. We're back. The bye week's done. We're ready for the news. We're ready for the practice reports. We're ready for all the stuff that this week is going to entail. Again, but let's get right into it. The first thing I want to talk about here is, yes, you guessed it, Panthers quarterback, I believe third-year quarterback Bryce Young is expected to miss Week 8 against the Bills with this ankle sprain. So as we know, we're probably going to get Andy Dalton to play against us. That probably means that their game is going to be a little bit more centered on the run. And as we know, that is a little bit concerning. This last week, we had Chuba Hubbard and we had Rico Dowdle as the running backs for the Panthers. They came in and frankly, they had 31 combined carries. Not tremendous versus the Jets, but I would say, just being honest, I think the Jets run defense is a little bit better than our run defense. But not only that, if you've been paying attention to Rico Dowdle over the last 3 weeks, he's had basically 2 200-yard games. The previous weeks with Chuba Hubbard out, he was on fire. He literally was a man with his hair on fire. He was doing really, really good. But again, this guy, Bryce Young, who coming out of college, I was a little bit higher on. He hasn't looked great, though. The team, I believe, just got Jalen Coker back. They have Xavier Legette, and they also have their star rookie, Teteroa McMillan, or T-Mac. And so we're going to see, will the Bills be ready for this matchup? Again, when I look at, McDermott's coaching, while the last couple days we've been talking about, we need to add players, maybe a cornerback. We need to, potentially move on from coaches. Sean McDermott has proved one thing in his history, that they win coming out of the bye. And so they have the Panthers game circled on their radar. They know that they're 4-2 now. They know that they're looking at this AFC, and especially watching all the games on Sunday, that it's more concerning. Again, if you even just look at me right here on the the current AFC standings right here on the screen, the Colts look like a really good team. I did not have that on my bingo card going into this season. I did not look at this and be like, oh my goodness, the Colts are going to be an effective unit this year. But Jonathan Taylor is having an MVP level season, even as a running back. The Patriots, who of course we painfully lost to a couple weeks ago, they're looking good. Their rushing attack, really, their offense as a whole is clicking. Drake May is stepping up. I don't know if you watched the game on Sunday, but the Broncos, while they looked really bad against the Jets and barely squeaked one out 2 weeks ago, this last week, yesterday against the Giants, again, another New Jersey team here, they took the win, and really they came back with they scored like 20, almost 25 points with 5 minutes left in the game, or 6 minutes left in the game. That's insane. Bo Nix is doing really, really well. The Steelers are an interesting team. They battled back. This last week, I believe they still lost the game earlier. But you know what? They're 4-2. They're up there right with us. But of course, we've got us sitting at 5th overall. I really want to, we're going to beat the Panthers this upcoming week. I'm just going to put up maybe I don't want to say bold prediction. It shouldn't be bold, world, but of course we lost our last 2 games. But we are going to go in and we are going to win this game against the Panthers, and I think we're going to win it handily. I think our coaching staff knows that there's consequences for bad play. Our players know that there's real consequences on the table right now for continued losses, especially against lower tier NFC teams. But of course, the Chargers, who just got beat up by the Colts, was a pretty hard game. And then also we've got the Jaguars, who a couple weeks ago looked decently good, but then yesterday just got beat up as well. The Chiefs are 4-3. I've got bad news, everyone. The Chiefs, they look good. We're going to play them in about 2 weeks here, and that's going to be a hard matchup. We're still waiting on the news if we're going to get Maxwell Hairston back. We're still waiting on some of the other news if we're going to have Matt Milano back this week, but I expect it. I think the departure of Jimmy Charlo at the end of this last week, or the cutting him from the active roster, indicates that Matt Milano will be ready. We are pretty thin at linebacker. Outside of Joe Andreessen, Dorian Williams, Shaq Thompson, we're pretty thin. Obviously, Terrell Bernard recently got nicked up. We'll see what's happening with him, but he should also be good to go. But we don't want any less, especially in a 4-3 defense. We don't want any less than 5 linebackers on our active roster. I'm really glad. I didn't emphasize this before, but I was really glad to see Jimmy Charlo back on our practice squad. The video I did last week, it wasn't intending to demean him or belittle him, but I'm glad he's back. The Bengals, what in the world is going on with Joe Flacco? Joe Flacco seems to be back and revitalizing. What team would be really, really good if they had a quarterback like Joe Flacco? The Browns. The Browns have an incredible defense, and if they just had a quarterback like Joe Flacco, which they just traded him, that's crazy. What world are we living in? The Browns are just continually, stinking. Can I just acknowledge, though, the Browns are not my favorite team, but as Lake Erie bros, we've got to support them. Them and the Lions, we've just got to keep them on the radar. The Lions are playing tonight, which honestly, they might get destroyed by the Buccaneers. They just like us are so injured. Texans not looking good. Ravens, what in the world? 1-5. Could you have expected the Ravens to be 1-5? In this point in the season? But again, I think just broadly, one of the things that we've got to acknowledge is that the Bills do have 4 wins. However, the teams that we've been playing have a combined record of only 3 total wins. That is concerning. We would have hoped that would be better, but we have not played the best teams so far. Of course, we've beaten the Ravens, we've beaten the Jets, and we've beaten the Dolphins, and all 3 of those teams just look handicapped. They do not look like their normal selves. They do not look like they're ready to compete. But again, in all of that, just a couple brief channel updates. Again, we're growing, almost 2,000 subscribers. And I just, from the bottom of my heart, want to say thank you. A couple days ago, I posted a video and I messed up. I posted a video that was talking about our cap situation. A couple thousand people have gone and seen it. And in that video, I was talking about how I think originally I had a title that says, the Buffalo Bills just locked in their future. And, I made a mistake. It was probably a little too clickbaity. I changed the title since then, and I said the Buffalo Bills already have their future locked in. And the reason I changed it was because I don't want to be, I just have to kind of sober-minded, just own this, that probably was playing on maybe the emotions of thinking that we got a trade. That wasn't necessarily my intent. But again, in this world where we're all looking for more engagement, we're all looking for more people to find channels and everything. I probably worded that in a little too, unhelpful of a manner. And so for that, my apologies. I want to be above reproach in that. I want to have honest conversations, and I want to be open each and every day when I'm making these videos. I don't want clickbait. I want there to be actual substance behind every single thing that I do. And so if you would, please forgive me. I'm asking you to do that, but again, you've got the privilege to do that or not. But in all of it, again, my name is Colin. This is Crack the Table. We're all Bills, no breaks. If you love Buffalo Bills breakdowns every single day, sometimes except for Sundays. I work like 14 hours on Sundays, but except for Sundays sometimes. But every single day, I'm looking to bring Buffalo Bills content, especially when big things are happening, sometimes 2 videos a day. If you're looking for that, I'd encourage you, welcome you to subscribe to the channel. Drop a like, drop a Go Bills down in the comments. But in all of it, have a great day. God bless. Go Bills. Peace out.